Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. Today, we're going to be taking a look at something I know a lot of you are curious about.
Animal-assisted therapy, or AAT.
Get ready because we're about to explore how the bond between humans and animals can have a real impact on mental health.
What's fascinating is that AT isn't just about the feel-good factor of spending time with animals,
Right.
though that's definitely a bonus.
Yeah.
We're talking about trained animals working alongside therapists as part of a structured treatment plan.
So it's not just about petting dogs in a therapist's office.
Not at all. It's about harnessing that natural connection to help people achieve specific therapeutic goals.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, I know from our research that AT can be particularly helpful for people in substance use treatment. What's the connection there?
Well, imagine facing your struggles with a furry friend by your side, offering unconditional support. That's a powerful image, right?
Yeah.
Studies have shown that the presence of an animal can actually encourage individuals in substance use treatment to stay engaged longer.
Wow.
That's huge when you're talking about recovery.
That is huge. But how does it work? What makes animals such effective therapeutic partners, especially in the context of addiction?
It's about more than just feeling good,
Right.
although that's definitely a factor. Animals, particularly dogs, are masters at reading our emotions.
Okay.
They provide comfort, reduce stress, and offer a safe, non-judgmental space for people to open up. This can be incredibly powerful for someone working through a substance use disorder.
So it's like the animal is helping to build a bridge of trust and communication.
Exactly. Research suggests that AAT strengthens the therapeutic alliance, that bond between the therapist and the client, because the animal acts as a social lubricant facilitating communication and trust building.
Wow, that's incredible. It sounds like the animal almost acts as a co-therapist in a way.
In a sense, yes. And there's research to back this up. Studies have shown that AAT can lead to improvements in clients' overall mood, increased confidence in communicating openly, and a more positive view of the therapist.
It's amazing to think that something as simple as having an animal present can have such a profound impact.
It really is. And the benefits are especially noticeable in the area of emotional regulation,
Okay.
which is crucial for anyone in recovery.
That makes a lot of sense. Substance use often goes hand in hand with difficulty managing emotions. Could you elaborate a bit more on how AAT helps with that?
Absolutely. Animals, especially dogs, have this incredible ability to pick up on our emotional states and respond accordingly.
Interesting.
They can sense when we're feeling anxious or agitated and will often nudge us, lean against us, or even just sit calmly by our side.
Right.
These gestures, while simple, can be incredibly grounding and help to regulate our emotional responses.
So it's almost like having a furry, four-legged emotional support system right there with you.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And that kind of support can be transformative for someone who is struggling to manage their emotions and cope with the challenges of recovery.
So far, we focused a lot on the why behind AAT, but I'm also curious about what does an AT session actually look like?
That's a great question, and it can vary
Right.
depending on the type of therapy and the animal involved.
Sure.
But let's say we're talking about a typical dog-assisted therapy session.
Okay, so picture this. You walk into the therapist's office and...
There's a friendly dog waiting to greet you.
Oh,
But this isn't just any dog. This is a highly trained professional who knows exactly how to put you at ease.
so they're not just there for cuddles.
Cuddles might be involved, and that's definitely a perk.
Yeah.
But remember, AAT is still goal-oriented therapy. The therapist will guide the session using the dog's presence to facilitate therapeutic work.
So the dog is like the ultimate icebreaker.
Exactly. Their presence can help to reduce anxiety and create a more relaxed atmosphere, which makes it easier for people to open up and engage in therapy.
It's like having a furry therapist's assistant. Now, our research mentioned that dogs aren't the only animals used in AAT. What about horses?
Right.
I've heard a lot about equine therapy.
Equine therapy is incredibly powerful and taps into the unique way horses interact with humans.
Oh, okay.
Horses are prey animals,
Right.
so they're incredibly sensitive to their surroundings and can pick up on subtle shifts in our emotions and body language.
So they're like emotional mirrors in a way.
Precisely. And because they're so attuned to our nonverbal cues, they can help us become more aware of our own emotional states and develop healthier coping mechanisms.
That's incredible. I can see how that would be especially beneficial for people who've experienced trauma or struggle to express their emotions verbally.
You're right. Equine therapy can be incredibly effective in those areas. It can also be helpful for addressing a range of challenges, from anxiety and depression to behavioral issues and relationship problems.
We've been talking a lot about the benefits of AAT, which are clearly significant. But I'm wondering, is AAT right for everyone?
That's a crucial question, and the short answer is no.
Okay.
Just like any form of therapy, AAT isn't a one-size-fits-all solution.
What are some of the factors that might make someone a less suitable candidate for AAT?
Well, for starters, there are practical considerations.
Hmm.
Someone with severe allergies to animals wouldn't be a good fit.
Right.
And of course, a fear of animals, particularly a phobia, would be a major roadblock.
Yeah, that makes sense. Are there any other, perhaps less obvious reasons why AAT might not be appropriate?
Absolutely. Cultural or religious beliefs can definitely play a role.
Okay.
Some cultures have different views on animals and their place in human society, which might make ADT a less comfortable or acceptable option.
Hmm.
And in some cases, past negative experiences with animals could make AD triggering or re-traumatizing.
That's a really important point. It's a reminder that AT, like any form of therapy, needs to be carefully considered and tailored to the individual's needs and experiences.
Exactly. And it highlights the crucial role of the therapist in assessing suitability for AD and ensuring that it's a safe and appropriate intervention.
So if someone is considering ATT, what's the best way to find out if it's right for them?
I'd recommend starting with a conversation with a qualified mental health professional who is knowledgeable about EAT.
Mm-hmm.
They can help you weigh the potential benefits and risks and determine if AT aligns with your individual needs and preferences.
That's really helpful advice. Now, I know this might be a bit of a sensitive topic,
Right.
but we have to address the elephant in the room,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe I should say the dog on the couch. What about the cost of AAT?
You're right, it's an important consideration. Unfortunately, AT can be quite expensive, especially if it's not covered by insurance.
I was just going to say that's something that I think a lot of people are concerned about when they're thinking about different therapy options.
Mhm.
But our research did mention that insurance coverage for AAT is becoming more common, right?
That's right. We are seeing some positive movement in that area.
Mm.
Insurance companies are starting to recognize the therapeutic value of AAT,
Okay.
particularly for conditions like PTSD, anxiety, and depression.
Mm.
And it's becoming increasingly common for addiction treatment programs to include AAT as part of their services, often with at least partial insurance coverage.
That's really encouraging to hear. It sounds like the field of AT is evolving and gaining recognition, which is fantastic.
Absolutely. And as more research emerges demonstrating the efficacy of AT, we can expect to see even greater acceptance and accessibility, hopefully making it a more viable option for individuals who could benefit from it.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into AT, it's clear that this type of therapy offers a unique and powerful way to address a wide range of mental health challenges.
It really does. And it speaks to the incredible bond we share with animals and their innate ability to heal and comfort.
It makes you wonder, though, could the benefits of AAT extend beyond those formal therapy settings? Like, what if we could bottle that feel-good magic of spending time with animals and sprinkle it into our everyday lives?
That's a fascinating question. And while more research is always needed, there's definitely evidence to suggest that interacting with animals in general can positively impact our well-being.
So even just taking a walk with your dog, volunteering at an animal shelter, or cuddling with your cat could be therapeutic in its own right.
There's a good chance of it actioning. Studies have shown that these kinds of interactions can lower stress levels, reduce feelings of loneliness and isolation, and even boost our mood.
That's music to my ears. I feel a surge of appreciation for my own furry companion. And it makes me think that maybe we don't always need a fancy therapist's office or a structured treatment plan to tap into the therapeutic power of animals.
I think that's a beautiful thought. The human-animal bond is a powerful one, and it's something we can all cultivate and benefit from in our own ways.
And on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive into the world of animal-assisted therapy. We've explored the science, the benefits, and even the heartwarming potential of incorporating animals into our paths toward healing and growth.
It's been a pleasure diving into this fascinating topic with you.
To our listeners, we encourage you to keep exploring the amazing ways animals enrich our lives. Whether you're considering ADAT as a therapeutic option or simply seeking to deepen your bond with your furry, feathered, or even scaled companions, remember that the human-animal connection is a powerful source of healing and joy. Until next time, keep asking questions, keep learning, and keep diving deep.